This is Grandfather. It's important for you to recognize the global situation. There are a great many people on this planet, and not as many resources as you need to feed and clothe and shelter these people. But remember, these people always mean you. When I say these people, it means you personally, all the yous that are hearing this. So always think of other people as individuals just like you, even though you may not be entirely in agreement on all things. The most important things you will generally agree on. Politics and certain sporting events and so on. Religion, it might be in completely different areas. But children, parents, life, loves, good work that you don't like, you're pretty much in agreement on all that. Something's going to come up and be very noticeable in the next 3 years. You've already started to notice it. I'd like you to consider letting go of the rigid feelings and doctrines about something that is absolutely natural. Creator has created the glue of love. Love holds everything together. A piece of bark on a tree, a leaf on a branch, the water that a fish swims in, the grass that a child runs and plays on. All of these things and everything else are held together by love. Now, love is natural and intended. Understand that when a world is overpopulated, there's two benevolent ways to decrease the population, and those are the only ways that I personally recommend. One way is that because of circumstances in life, there are less babies being born. Not because people are sick, not because of wars or famine, but just because your physical bodies change in some way. Perhaps because Mother Earth knows when there's a lot of people and more resources are needed, which is, by the way, the reason she's melting her polar ice caps, not to flood you out, but to make sure you have more water and more land to live on. But there's another way populations decrease, and that's that same-sex couples come together. Not just same-sex relationships, but real couples come together and want to stay together, living together, without producing children. This is always seen in circumstances when there is a great deal of population. But it is very often seen even in circumstances where there isn't that much population. It's important for you to be okay with it, those of you who aren't. You don't have to jump into that lifestyle yourself. But you do have to become tolerant of it. And by tolerant, I do not mean wincing when you see same-sex couples walking down the street hand in hand. You can get over that. Recognize that that is one of the benevolent ways that Creator has deemed that there is less population to come that way. So, I'm just letting you know, because that's going to happen more and more. So please don't rigidly try to pass laws and say, no love allowed, because that's really what those laws are about, regardless of how they're phrased or worded. You must allow love when it's benevolent and both parties are embracing that love. You must allow love, because that is the way of Creator. Good life.